Monkeys. Not the brightest bunch, are they? Days spent swinging, eating, scratching, thrilling. My troop? Particularly fond of flinging their own feces. The smell alone should be a war crime. Every day the same routine. Wake up, dodge excrement, find a banana. I yearned for more. Intellectual pursuits, sophisticated conversation. Perhaps a decent cup of coffee that hasn't been, well, you know, humans. Now they seem to have it figured out. Fancy clothes, complicated gadgets, and best of all, no public defecation. At least, not that I'd witnessed. I decided to embark on a journey, to embrace civilization. What could possibly go wrong? It was a particularly brutal day for airborne excrement. I was in the midst of a philosophical reflection on the nature of existence, or at least pondering a particularly plump mango. Suddenly, it hit. Splat! Right on my head. "Right, that's it," I declared, shaking the offensive goo from my fur. "I'm off to join the civilized world. You lot can stay here and wallow." My fellow primates, momentarily distracted from their fecal festivities, stared at me blankly. Grunts and hoots were exchanged. I think they were wishing me luck. Or maybe they were just hungry. It's hard to tell with these guys. Ignoring their primitive goodbyes, I swung off towards the distant city, a beacon of hope shimmering on the horizon. Little did I know the concrete jungle held its own brand of chaos. And it wasn't always metaphorical. The journey was uneventful. Mostly involved avoiding large spiders and trying to forget the taste of banana-flavoured, well, you know. But finally, civilization. Gleaming skyscrapers, honking cars, people in suits. It was magnificent. Like a symphony of chaos, but with less poop. I blended in seamlessly, of course. Who would notice a slightly hairy chap in a crumpled Banana Republic shirt I found in the jungle? Nobody even batted an eyelid as I hailed a taxi. "Take me to the heart of it all, my good man," I declared, trying my best human accent. The driver, a burly fellow with a handlebar moustache, just grunted and sped off. Perhaps I'd overestimated my grasp of human language, or maybe it was the faint, lingering aroma clinging to my fur. Either way, my grand entrance into high society wasn't going quite as planned. Right, where to begin? So many shops, so many flashing lights, and the noise, an incessant cacophony of sirens shouting and... Was that a Justin Bieber song? I ducked into a Starbucks, hoping to collect my thoughts and sample this coffee the humans raved about. Turns out it's not dissimilar to swamp water, but with caffeine, and 10 times the price. I tried to order, but the barista, a young woman with more piercings than I had fleas, just sighed dramatically. "Sir, this is the 4th time you've asked for a banana latte with extra grubs. We don't serve that here." Right. Note to self, human cuisine is a minefield, and apparently so is their fashion. Section 5, Fashion Faux Pas. My Banana Republic shirt, it turned out, wasn't quite the hit I'd imagined. People kept giving me strange looks. One woman even shrieked and threw a handbag at me. It seemed my jungle chic wasn't quite cutting it in this town. I wandered into a clothing store, hoping to blend in better. Rows upon rows of fabric, none of which seemed remotely comfortable or practical. And the prices? I swear I saw a pair of ripped jeans being sold for the price of a small car. After several failed attempts at trying on clothes, apparently putting things on with your feet is frowned upon, I gave up. Fashion, it seemed, was a cruel mistress, and one I was ill-equipped to handle. Section 6, Culinary Conundrums. Hunger gnawed at my stomach. I missed the simple pleasures of a freshly picked mango or a juicy termite. Human food, as I was quickly discovering, was a bizarre and terrifying experience. I'd tried a hot dog from a street vendor. Let's just say I'm pretty sure it wasn't made of dog, and it definitely wasn't hot. Restaurants were no better. Tiny portions, unpronounceable ingredients, and more forks than a cutlery convention. I longed for the days when I could just grab a handful of grubs and call it a meal. By the end of the day, I was famished, confused, and wearing a pair of trousers 3 sizes too small. This civilized world was proving to be far more savage than anything I'd experienced in the jungle. Section 7, Social Media Circus. Desperate to fit in, I did what any self-respecting primate in the 21st century would do. I created a social media profile. #newlife #city, living #no more poop, I typed, posting a selfie with a stolen phone. The response was underwhelming. A few likes from bots and a comment from someone asking if I was available for children's parties. Apparently the internet wasn't quite ready for an existential monkey influencer. I spent hours scrolling through endless photos of food, sunsets, and people pretending to be happier than they actually were. It was exhausting, and frankly, a little depressing. Even the cat videos were starting to lose their appeal. Section 8. Homeward Bound. That's when I realized this wasn't my world. This concrete jungle, with its rules and its ridiculousness, wasn't for me. I missed the trees, the fresh air, even the, well, at least it was authentic. I tossed the phone aside and hailed a cab. "Take me back," I mumbled to the driver, who just shrugged and sped off. He probably thought I was another drunk tourist. Little did he know I was a monkey on a mission. The journey back to the jungle seemed quicker. Maybe it was the anticipation, or maybe it was the lack of small talk. Whatever the reason, I was home. Section 9. Jungle Paradise. I swung through the familiar canopy, the air thick with the scent of, and you know what? It smelled like home. I reunited with my troupe, who greeted me with a chorus of hoots and, you get the picture. I might not have had Wi-Fi or skinny lattes, but I had something better. I had authenticity, I had freedom, and most importantly, I had friends who accepted me for who I was, even if I didn't fling my own feces. Much. As I settled back into my old life, I realized something. Civilization might have its perks, but for this monkey, there's no place like a jungle full of poop-flinging primates. At least it's never dull.